tonight's game between Miami and Ole Miss. Guys, we have talked a lot about how dominant this Ole Miss offense is, how dominant this Miami defense is. But let's focus in on the quarterbacks here. Carson Beck and Trinidad Chambliss. Who do you trust more in this matchup, Dio?
I'm going to go Carson Beck. Number one, I think this is 41 college starts, a lot of them in high-leverage football games. Number two, up until 10 days ago, if you had asked everyone in college football that closely watched it, covered it, attached to it, they would have told you that Ohio State's defense was the best defense in college football. It was, in many ways, one of the better ones that they had seen in years. Carson Beck lit them up. I mean, Carson Beck was deadly against them and situationally elite. When he needed to be great, he was. And so because of not only all of the experience that he has in college football, in late in game moments against high leverage, highly situationally good football teams, and then watching what he did to Ohio State when it mattered the most, and him being in many ways at his best, I'm going to take Carson Beck.
Did you do that for the show? You know how, like, sometimes we know that other people are going to take a side and we could make a case for both of them.
My answer is no, because even in commercial break, he's like, ain't no one taking Carson Beck.
Yeah, I was confused by that. I thought that they knew producer-wise that you weren't going to say something so silly.
No.
It's Trinidad Chambliss.
Yeah.
Trinidad Chambliss is the only quarterback left in the Final Four that could be 2005 Vince Young, that can take a team into a game that you're not supposed to win, be so above and beyond the X's and O's, be so special in so many ways that they win a game you don't expect them to win.
Yeah.
Carson Beck didn't beat Ohio State. Carson Beck didn't beat Texas A&M. Trinidad Chambliss beat Georgia. Trinidad Chambliss had a run in the fourth quarter that was as special a run as we've ever seen in the college football playoffs. And that's what it's going to take for him to beat Miami. When you look at this game, for Carson Beck, it's don't turn the ball over.
Sure.
4 turnovers against Louisville, 2 interceptions against SMU. You lose those games, but your team was better. For Trinidad Chambliss, he's won football games. He's kept this team in football games that they weren't supposed to be because he can be that special. This is a dude that comes from Ferris State. This is a dude that wasn't starting at the beginning of the season. And when he got his opportunity, he was so damn good, you couldn't pull him. I trust Trinidad Chambliss more than any quarterback to go above what he's asked to do. And that's what it's going to take for him to win tonight. But I trust that he can do that.
More so than like Mendoza?
Yes, to go above what he's asked to do. I didn't say as far as just trusting him to do his job.
362 yards passing against Georgia. I'm going to believe in that, brother.
Yeah.
I see the skill set that he has. I'm going to believe in that, brother. I see the 3 interceptions that he's thrown on the entire season compared to Carson Beck's 10. I'm going to believe in that, brother. I'm sorry. I completely agree with RC. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. I ain't going with Carson Beck at all. If Miami wins, it's going to be because of that defense, because they got cats that hunt, all right? That's going to make life incredibly, incredibly uncomfortable for this opposing quarterback or anybody else that they face. That's what I believe. It ain't going to be because of Carson Beck, who has completed over 70% of his passes, particularly not just in the last 5 games, but on the season. But he threw 10 interceptions. I'm going to look at it from that standpoint. That's where I'm at with it. I want to get to a bigger question with RC and you right here. If Trinidad Chambliss was in the draft because he couldn't go back to Ole Miss, because I know he's trying to go back to Ole Miss, right? Mm-hmm. RC, where does he go compared to the quarterbacks, the Mendozas, the Moores of the world, and others that we've been talking about? Where does he land in the draft?
Mendoza and Dante Moore are 1-2, and it's no question.
Okay.
Dante Moore, I think it's been understated how technically sound he actually is because he can do some other things. And just like a natural spinner of the football, to me, he's the best in college football. And I don't think you pass up on those traits. And when you watch Fernando Mendoza play the game, he does everything right. He reads it right. He runs when he's supposed to. He puts the football in the right place, and he allows the team to play complementary football. So to me, those guys are 1 and 2. I think when you start evaluating the tape of Trinidad Chambliss, his tape is right there with anybody's in the league. It's going to be, what do you feel about the measurables? How big is he? How strong is his arm? How can he withstand 17 weeks of NFL football? How much football does he understand, and how much of it is Charlie Weiss Jr. and Lane Kiffin's teaching? And I think all of those things go into where he would fall after them. But from a tape perspective, this is the top 5 quarterback in this draft.
He would be in the conversation for QB3 in this draft. I think you're going to watch the guy also play opposite him that's in the conversation for QB3. Carson Beck. Ty Simpson from Alabama announced yesterday that he's going to come out. As far as a thrower, he's a first-round pick. And I would say as far as a playmaker in the way he plays the position, so is Chambliss.
Would you think Ty's early film was better than the late film this year?
Totally.
Yeah.
The first 6-7 weeks, he was awesome. They're little, though, both of them. And I do think that while we're certainly in a different era for quarterbacks in the NFL and how they're drafted or where they're drafted, we also are starting to see maybe some of the guys that don't have some of those traditional measurables. There's just a smaller window to be good, like high-end good enough in the league. So if he was 2 or 3 inches taller, he would be a shoo-in lock, first-round pick. Yeah. I don't know if the size of him would end up holding him back or will end up holding him back.
The measurables come into play, but that's the beauty of the college game. It's so spread out. Coaches can put you in these positions to make plays, and his athleticism, and it's not even just the athleticism, whether it's speed, size, physicality, because he might not have that. It's the creativity. Yeah. That's the exact word. It's the creativity and his willingness to do those things in big moments.
And let's be honest about the measurables that RC just brought up. Tua Tagovailoa, primarily, and to a lesser degree, the very, very, very undersized but gifted Bryce Young gives you cause to pull.
No, that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Small quarterback.
That's a real thing. Kyler as well.
Too.
That's a real thing. And Kyler's built differently. Baker's built differently as well. But
that's right.
Also, too, if Dave Chappelle ever comes back with his sketch show, you should definitely be at the International Haters Ball. Like 100%. You should be the dude that walks out first, and everybody just goes scream, hey.
Who have we said something like?
I don't hate. I am diametrically opposed to that description of myself. I do not hate. It's just that we're talking sports, and when you're talking sports, there are those who win and there are those who don't. And you're talking about competition. There are winners and losers, and I highlight the winners just like I highlight the losers.
Do you?
Same energy. Same energy, baby.
Carson,
Same energy. Keep that energy.
Stay over there.
What did he say? Please don't lose intensity. Keep same intensity. That's right. That's what I do. Same energy, winners or losers. Unfortunately, losers have their supporters too. And those supporters say, he hating. Instead of saying, we're losing, we're losing.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about this matchup later on, but I don't know we're going to have time to pick the game. So we're going to pick the game right now. Miami, Ole Miss. Who are you taking today? Also, Carson Beck, 15-3 against ranked opponents. I feel like this table is hating a little bit.
These guys play some big-time football now, man.
That's what I'm saying.
He may not be running around Trinidad, but that dude's playing some big-time ball.
Ole Miss, Miami. I'll take Miami in this
Georgia.
matchup.
A lot of Georgia quarterbacks.
No one's listening to me, so I'll take Miami.
You're taking Miami?
I'll take Miami in this matchup.
I'm going with Miami. But listen, Carson Beck makes me nervous. That defense does not. That defense does not. And as much as I love Chambliss and I see them cats and them balling, Miami's just got something going right now. I just think Miami.
Will?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pick Miami. I said it after Miami played Texas A&M. I thought that this was this year's Ohio State. I thought it was a very talented team, a team that was extremely physical, and a team that was playing hot. When you look at the way Carson Beck finished the game against Ohio State and being smart, putting the football in the right position, continuing drives, and the way that Fletcher runs the ball, 4-minute drive against Texas A&M, the same thing against Ohio State, an opportunistic physical defense, I think it's going to be too much for Ole Miss to handle.
So to start Get Up today, I had taken Miami, and I thought Miami-Indiana would be the best national title game, and then I started thinking about it throughout the show, and I had them change the graphic. I'm taking Ole Miss. Partly because the tempo of the offense, the way that they can create one-on-ones on the outside, but partly just because of pettiness. I want to see it for the kids.
Yeah.
I want to see the kids get it done. The pettiness of the situation.
See, that's what y'all think about. What I'm thinking about is Dave Chappelle. And I would tell you, my favorite one would be when he was Black Bush. Carefully right for regime change, all right? But if I could be real about it, be real, son. Be real, son. Kill my father.